welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. I'm Ashley, and today we're getting back into sewing. It's not going to be a huge sewing project. I'm actually going to be doing all of my mending. Over the last year or so, I have been collecting some of my favorite pieces that have just started to get some wear and tear. A lot of these pieces don't have huge tears and holes in them, so the modifications aren't going to be too drastic. I'm going to show you the pieces and what I'm looking at fixing, and hopefully I will have at least 3 wearable garments at the end of this. Let's get to trying on these outfits and showing you what I'm going to be repairing. A couple of disclaimers about this next section of video. One, I'm going to be doing a lot of voiceovers because I didn't record any audio of me presenting the items to you guys, because apparently this microphone has an off setting, and guess where the switch was while I was recording all of this? It was on the off switch. Well, I know more about my equipment and I can learn how to put voiceovers in better, so this will be a learning experience and I'll just have to remember to check for it in the future. But that's disclaimer number 1. Disclaimer 2, this is all going to be in portrait instead of landscape because it's easier to show off the items in portrait, so I can show like a before and after. Yeah, that's disclaimer number 2, just it's going to be in portrait instead of landscape. So the first item that I will be mending in this video is a blue and white walking skirt that I made last year. I've actually had to make a couple of adjustments on it already. The size of the waistband isn't perfect, so I've had to adjust it as my weight has fluctuated. Since I had to adjust the button that holds the waistband and determines the circumference of the waistband, it compromised the security of the modesty panel. There's a button that I use to anchor the modesty panel so that it stays up, and with the current circumference of the waistband, it tends to get loose sometimes, making it not so modest. So in this video, I will be moving that button over a little bit so that the anchor is more secure. And here I am showing the distance that I will be moving the button over. You're seeing the distance that I moved over the button before, but I now have to move a clear button that's on the inside of the waistband over just as much. I'm sure you're probably wondering why the buttons are on the front of the skirt. I'm actually wearing it backwards so that I can show you and see what it looks like in the camera. I'm just trying to show you exactly what I'm going to be doing on the front of my body, and then in the actual reveal I will wear it properly so that you can see how I normally wear it. So the next item that we will be looking at in this video is a velvety skirt that I thrifted for the intended purpose of practicing my box pleats. I didn't do a great job on this particular box pleat because I didn't quite calculate it properly. The waistband is a little bit too big and it feels like I have to push out my belly so that the skirt will stay. This shirt doesn't particularly exemplify that, so let's switch into something that will exaggerate that waistband a little bit more. Alright, and here we go, ready to go. Here I am pulling on the waistband a little bit, and you can see how much play that has. It just looks unflattering because I have to push out my stomach in order for the skirt to stay. Initially, I had planned to keep the waistband a little bit bigger so I could wear proper undergarments like a corset or a slip or a petticoat or something. I didn't think about the corset cinching in my waist and making my waist smaller, so that didn't really pan out, and I want to tighten up the waistband. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpick the box pleat and basically just make it a little bit deeper so that it fits me a little bit better. I really like this skirt and I'm excited to wear it this summer because it is a wonderful length, and I like the heavier material because I don't have to worry about the wind picking it up while I'm outside and enjoying the summer sun and fresh air. I want to make sure that this skirt fits me properly, especially since I'm hoping to lose a little bit more weight before summertime, and I want to be able to wear it more. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And the next project we'll be working on will be this red plaid skirt that I absolutely love. It's one of my favorites. I am also explaining here that I will be changing my shirt along with the skirt, so bam, some editing magic, and here we are. I absolutely love this skirt because it is super versatile. I can wear it with a fancy blouse and have it be more dressy, or like you see here, I can wear it with a band tee and be more casual. Another thing that I absolutely love about it is that it has pockets. That's what this skirt and the next skirt actually have in common, is pockets and straps. I love that I can wear this while recording videos, and I can put my phone or my fob or the mic switch in my pocket and not have to worry about losing them or misplacing them. So the thing that we need to fix on it is the side right here where it's actually splitting away from the waistband, and you can see it actually split all the way through that seam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew down that seam, try to do a zigzag stitch, and we're going to probably reinforce both sides of it so that both straps can have the equal amount of stability. And this next project is one of my all-time favorite articles of clothing. I got it from my in-laws for my birthday last year, and I absolutely love it. I kind of wore the crap out of it, which is why it needs to be mended today. It is a linen wrap skirt, and the biggest problem I am having with this skirt is that, look at that strap, it is just frayed to bits, and it scares me to wear it, that I might be wearing a skirt and it would just snap and then my skirt would fall off. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the straps so that they're thicker and they are more stable, and with a material that isn't linen, just because I don't have linen, which makes me sad. I don't have black linen at least. So we're going to fix that, and we're actually going to replace both of them so that it's not lopsided and all wonky. The other thing I need to repair on it is the hole that the strap goes through so that it can be cohesive skirt. These little shoelaces of straps actually ended up ripping that hole quite a bit, so I'm going to mend that and replace the straps. I'll show you how it looks on, because it looks so cute over this red plaid skirt. This is one of my favorite combinations, is because you get that little pop of red plaid underneath the black linen skirt, and it's lightweight and it's pretty versatile, like the plaid skirt. It's one of my favorites, and I want to save it so that I can continue wearing it. The next item that we will be working on in this video is this royal blue sundress that I bought for one of my friend's wedding a couple years ago. Wow, it's been a couple years already. Her colors were royal blue and gold. I wore it with a gold belt and gold shoes that my mom let me borrow. There's the front, and there it is on. You're probably wondering, Ashley, that dress looks perfectly fine. What's wrong with it? There's actually a hole right there in the front. It's so tiny and so minuscule that I don't think anyone has ever noticed it, but I noticed it, and it bugs me so bad, and I feel like I am exposing myself every time I pull down the neckline. You saw how high up that neckline was, but there you see that tiny little hole. Yeah, that thing's driving me nuts. So we're gonna sew it up and make sure that it doesn't show anything underneath. This is a sundress, and I want to be able to frolic in the fresh air and not have to wear a million layers underneath it. So we're gonna fix that, stitch it up, and call it a day. This one's gonna be literally the smallest pair on this entire thing, and I don't think it'll make that much big of a difference in any aspect of this dress, but it'll make a difference in me feeling comfortable wearing it, and that's what I feel like is important. This is a really pretty dress, and I want to be able to wear it more, and that's the repair we're going to do soon. And the last item on our list is my blue birthday dress. If you have seen my tripod testing video, you've already seen this outfit, but this is absolutely one of my all-time favorite outfits. It makes me feel elegant and majestic and beautiful, and I absolutely love it. The one thing that I don't love is that the train kind of gets in the way sometimes. It can be a bit much, so the goal for this video is to lift up the train a little bit so that it doesn't drag on the ground when I walk, so I don't have to worry about damaging it on concrete or sticks or rocks or anything like that. I don't have to worry about getting it dirty. I don't have to worry about people choking me out when they step on it, especially when I wear it to run fairs. But I just want to be able to wear this more frequently, so I want a way to pull up the train. I've seen people bustle trains before. I am a little worried that this train isn't quite long enough to make it a decent bustle, but I'm gonna do my very best because I love this dress. So the plan is to put a button or a loop on the dress. I don't quite know how I'm gonna do that. I have an idea, but I don't quite know if it's gonna work. We'll see. I'm gonna do my idea. After this clip, I actually go into the other room where I have a full-length mirror, and I pull up the train to where I want or need it to be, and I hope it works. we are going to use this material to make the new straps. So here we go. All right, now that they are done, I am going to hand stitch them onto the skirt and work on the little hole in the side so that I can wear the skirt properly. So yeah, let's get to it. Editing Ashley day 2. I just kind of wanted to explain a little bit. I did have a clip to insert here to kind of explain what happened on Saturday and to explain why there was an outfit change. My sewing machine was acting up on Saturday, and after I finished up the straps, was barely able to make it through the black straps, and it just killed me. My motivation was absolutely shot after that, so I decided to take the rest of the day off, and I picked it back up on Monday. I finished the 3 projects that I was working on, but turns out that was before I discovered the off switch on this microphone, so I didn't include it in this. But we're gonna finish the wrap skirt, and then we're going to work on the blue dresses. But I just wanted to let you know why there's an outfit change. Here I am putting the straps on. Alright, now that we have our straps sewn on, we're going to work on the buttonhole. I took the liberty of cutting it a little bit wider so that these straps can fit into it, and now we're going to start sewing that by hand because I absolutely despise machine buttonholes. And then that will be the last thing we do, and we'll go on to working on the royal blue dress. So I wanted to show you the hole that I've been talking about. It just bugs me enough that I'm going to sew this up so I don't have to worry about the hole anymore. again. So we're gonna go over my favorite modifications and things that I might do on these garments again if I need to. So we'll go through my favorites, and then we'll go through some of the changes that I want to make with these garments, going from the top all the way down. My absolute favorite repair was probably one of the hardest repairs. It was the linen wrap skirt. That one I'm super excited about. I have missed wearing it because it's what I want to be wearing. I want to be wearing natural fibers. I want to be wearing darker colors. And every other article of clothing that I've worked on today is at least 50% polyester. And that's the only one that isn't. I did kind of botch it with the straps because I'm pretty sure the straps are a poly cotton blend, but at least this way they'll hold up a little bit better because linen is softer and more delicate than I thought it was going to be. But I'm really excited to wear it. It's one I've been missing, and I'm just really excited for it to be finally done and ready to go. Let's go on to some of my changes. Let's start from the top and work our way down. For this blue and white skirt, this one is probably going to be a lot of work if I ever go back and decide to change it, because I don't love how much the back overlaps. It just looks goofy. It folds the skirt in on itself, and it kind of just, I don't know, it feels really wonky and weird. I don't know. I do want it to be at least presentable enough that I can go to the grocery store in it and not feel like everyone's looking at my butt because it looks weird. The biggest change that I would do on this is that I would take the gap or the material in the back of the skirt and just bunch it up a little bit more so that it's closer to this where these buttons are, so that overlap isn't as exaggerated. That's a whole nother project. It's gonna be really involved. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. That's for future Ashley to figure out. But yeah, that one was really easy to do. I just moved the one button and it was great. It now fits me pretty good and I'm not worried about it falling off. The next one, the more velvety skirt, I have no notes on this. This will probably be one of my more day-to-day skirts, especially with summer coming up. It's short and I don't have to worry about it getting picked up by the wind and all that jazz. So I don't think I'm going to change anything on this skirt unless I gain or lose weight. I feel way better in it and it makes me so happy. And the next one, this plaid one. This is one of the very first long skirts I have owned in my adult life. My sister got it for me a couple years ago and I have loved it. It is amazing. It has saved my butt a few times when I want to be more casual and I don't want to stand out too much. This skirt with one of my band tees is a beautiful combination and I absolutely love it. I will wear this skirt until it is nothing but rags. I will love this and care for this and continue to mend it until, like I said, until it's rags. Changes, I would probably change the stitch on the side. It looks like it's a straight stitch, but it's actually supposed to be a zigzag stitch. This is where my sewing machine started skipping stitches and it was really bad. It wasn't quite breaking thread at this point, but it was skipping stitches very bad. If I need to go back and change this, I will do a zigzag stitch on this side just so it's more secure. Yeah, I like this skirt and I'm excited to wear it again. Now on to my favorite. This linen skirt I am so excited about. This is something that I have been looking forward to for a really long time. My mother and father-in-law got it for me for my birthday last year and it just started ripping over the holidays. The hole was ripping and so I had to stitch that up and one of the straps was ripping. That was actually the first thing that went and it happened like the third time that I wore the skirt and it was so frustrating. Linen is just not as durable as I thought. Because like I work with a lot of cotton and I wear a lot of cotton and I know that cotton is durable. Denim is cotton. So it's just like I thought linen was going to be just as sturdy, but I guess I should have known better because I got a pair of linen bed sheets for our wedding and it didn't even make it to our anniversary. I guess that should have been my cue that linen isn't as durable as my brain is telling me it is. It's definitely a lot more durable than like silk and it's a lot more comfortable than wool. So I feel like it's still going to be a pretty valid option going forward, but I think I'm going to stick with cotton as much as possible and have linen as like a supplementary fabric. I'm super excited about this. I almost doubled the length of the straps and I didn't realize how much that was going to rock and how awesome that was going to be. The one thing that I am worried about is the hole. I feel like that kind of compromises the waistband now, which scares me a little bit. I did stitch this a little bit more so that it's a little more durable and it will hopefully hold up a little bit better, but I just don't know. I feel like I screwed up there. I don't think I'll mend this again unless that starts to fall apart. I'm hoping it doesn't fall apart, but as we were just saying, linen isn't the most durable fabric, so I might just have to be a little more careful with it. But I love these two because I will wear the absolute crap out of these two because they have pockets and it's summertime and they're some of my more lightweight stuff. Now that I've ranted about the black skirt a little too long, let's move on. So this royal blue dress, I think it is so pretty. I think the concept is awesome. This is actually the second time I've mended it. The first time was when the repair that I did today actually occurred. Another repair I might do on this dress is shortening this cuff. I thought I would love this cuff, but with how short these sleeves are, it just doesn't sit right. I do enjoy folding it up and like having a shorter cuff. In the future, I might just fold this in on itself and stitch it together so that it is just like permanently tacked into place. That's something that I want to try to look at. And then the last thing that I would do to modify this is I do not love the neckline. I got the high neckline because I didn't want to get sunburned and have a weird tan line when I was taking my engagement pictures. So I got the high neckline on purpose, but now I'm claustrophobic and this definitely gives me claustrophobic vibes. So if I was going to modify the neckline, I would probably just tack these back flaps down and make this part the front. I would probably have it be more of a V neckline and make this back part the front. I don't know if I love the seam right here. I don't know how many people are going to notice that. And for the final one, this blue dress. I thought I was being really clever with the whole using the lace as an anchor for the button, but according to Garrett, it looks kind of weird. So I might have to fix that. This repair was a half repair and I am kind of ashamed to be putting it out, but I need to be editing this footage like yesterday. I should have been editing this footage that I'm recording right now this afternoon because it is now Monday and I was supposed to get all this stuff done on Saturday, but a lot just happened. This is kind of a half repair. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wear this just because I'm scared of how weird it looks. I don't know if I can bustle it enough. I don't know if the train is long enough to bustle it and not have it look weird. I might just have to sacrifice the train of this dress in order to make it wearable in the future. It wouldn't be too difficult to do. I would just be straightening out the hem. I don't feel like the train is necessary, but yeah, this is kind of a failed mend. I feel like in order to make this work, I'm going to have to flip the two and I'm going to put the button up in the lacing area and put a little probably elastic loop, either elastic or thread to make a little loop. And I'll probably have to cut open the back seam and insert it there. But right now it just looks weird. We'll see what mends I will do to these projects in the future. But I think that's all I have for this video. So if you liked it, feel free to hit that like button. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. If you feel like there's someone that would enjoy watching this video, feel free to share it with them. It will help with my exposure, which will be awesome. Which will help me out a lot. Leave a comment on what kind of clothing that you would want me to try, and if there's any designs that you feel like I would be able to sell and would match my vibe, please let me know. Last week's video was one of those that my sister-in-law gave me a million years ago. It was super simple and it was fun. It doesn't have to be super simple. Just know that if it's a little more complicated or if I have to buy it, it's gonna take a little bit longer for me to get to it. But let me know in the comments, and if you want to join me for my growing journey, feel free to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when my videos come out every Saturday at 1 p.m. And keep smiling, stay majestic. This week. All right, sounds good. All right, let's get to it. All right, testing, 1, 2. Let's see if I fixed it. I think it's this stupid little switch. It might be worth it to just invest in a Bluetooth one because this is not always reliable, apparently. But we shall see. This is a really long explanation for why this outfit changed, but there you go. All right, sorry about most of this video not having any audio. I found the problem. Apparently there is an actual off switch on this microphone where I don't get why you would have that as a setting. A microphone is supposed to record, so why would you ever want it to be off? I don't get it, but whatever. We'll move on. Okay, so you cannot see that. This fabric kind of sucks to record. Speaking of, I'm going to double check that. Sure, it's still on. Yes, still on. Okay. This stitch is not supposed to be a straight stitch. It's supposed to be a zigzag stitch. I don't know why dresses like this have this stupid little built-in slip thing. It's so annoying. It's so dumb, especially when it's only like a foot long and it barely covers anything, and it's super staticky and it just clings to you and it just doesn't do its job. Stop.